First of all, that's awesome how much you've accomplished already, Sterling. How old are you?
18, 18.
Amazing. So you made 20K in a year from one business and then a little bit of profit from multiple different ones as well. That's awesome. I think you've started life with a foundation that's very secure, and it's already created some character inside of you, which is so desirable and valuable. So congratulations on that and the hard work you've done so far. And now you're saying that you want to stop kind of messing around with these random businesses that don't really mean anything to you and start really narrowing in on something that feels like a passion and also is profitable, something that you'd stay in long term. I'd say in general, yeah, we want to cultivate discipline. We don't want to rely on motivation, but the smartest and the most successful people figure out the thing they're motivated for and make that into a success. The thing you're motivated for with discipline is the best case scenario. So discipline is like this incredible important skill these days, and motivation is seen as this like ucky word. I like to think of it a bit differently. I think motivation's a fantastic thing. I think you should enjoy the thing that you do. I think you should feel motivated for it. And I think if you don't feel motivated for something you do every day, you should probably try to figure out why and make it easier or more fun. Because like it's valuable to develop discipline, but to live your entire life like not enjoying your day, in my opinion, when the smarter, like, you know, that's like this goal here. But the bigger goal is to do the hard work because it's fun. Like peasants stop here, like, you know, the the Sigma male, he stops here these days. It's just, oh yeah, hard work, guys, you know, this is all that matters, guys. But you may as well try and make the hard work fun, and then you'll just do it for double the hours as the guy who's disciplined and who's only doing it from 9 to 5. I started entrepreneurship in 2019, and I started by flipping clothes on eBay. So I was like a reselling clothes. And I did that for about 9 months, and that got me like some money through university. And then I really went into entrepreneurship. I didn't even consider myself an entrepreneur when I was doing that. I just found a way to make like £10 here and there, which was awesome. And then I really started to look into entrepreneurship, read a few books, and then really started to try a bunch of different businesses. So I did drop shipping for a few months, made a little bit of money there. I wrote ebooks, I made a few YouTube videos, I tried to be a rapper, I tried making animations, like, you know, like little videos where I drew the stick man and it moved. It was just very low budget. I tried to learn to code and all these random things, right? I was just trying a bunch of things. I think it's valuable to go through that period of trying things as you have right now. Because, you know, best advice is pick the thing, do the thing for a long term. But it's valuable to go through a couple of months where you try a couple of things first, just to kind of realize what kind of things you like. Because, you know, before you go all in on something, you may as well at least try to like experiment with a few things. Now you know a lot about yourself, Sterling, a lot more than what most people would. You're already like ahead of the game, especially when I was 18. You're destroying me. If I was your competition, you would be absolutely destroying me right now. So you should be happy about that. Now you started to learn more about yourself. I'd be asking you a question like, you've got good character, so chances are you could probably become successful in most business ideas. Because in the end, it's not even about the skill, it's just about the character and the mindset and, you know, like the person, not actually the business model. So you could do dropshipping and make some money from that. You could set appointments for salespeople, you could sell a course, you could do essentially anything. This is what, once you've built the character, the the personality, the work habits, productivity, you can start to do anything. So now I'd ask you, Sterling, it's not about which one do you want to do. It's not about the rewards of each business model, because in the end, they're all just money and status. It's actually about the problems. What problems do you want to solve, and what obstacles would you actually smile through? So the obstacles, like you've said with dropshipping, dropshipping has the exact same rewards as every other one, money and status. But the obstacles with it is that you're selling a terrible product. Your customers don't like you. You don't even know or like your customers. You're just making these disposable websites, these adverts. You're probably just stealing from other people. It's a very like, you can make money doing it, but the obstacle is that you probably don't have any pride in what you do, because you are simply just like the middleman for a poor product that stupid people have bought at 10 times the price just because they didn't realize that they could get it cheaper on eBay and Alibaba. So I'd ask you right now, is there a business you can think of whose obstacles you would actually really enjoy? You want to be an entrepreneur, and we're just trying to find what's the right business model for you. 7 months of posting, I think about 3 times a week to get to 1,000, and then another 6 months or so after that to get to about 5,000. So mine was like relatively slow in some ways. Like some people get to 1,000 subscribers in just a few videos. For me, it took me about over a year. It took me about 1 year and 2 months ish. Full-time YouTube. It's the only thing I'm doing. I'm focused. I'm relentless to get to 5,000. So I did hundreds of videos. Yeah. Well, that was the marathon I wanted to run.
So you think there is a growing population that just wants somebody sitting down and talking to a camera?
100%. I think that's going to become the rising niche of YouTube. It's already doing really well. Before, YouTube goes through like chapters, and it was the pranks. Anyone remember like the prank, like in 20 whatever it was, when everyone's doing like homeless man gets pranked videos or some shit, bro? That was so weird. And then it was like the charitable things, and then it's like the Mr. Beast ones, and they've reigned for a while. But everyone's kind of like bored of that stuff now. The Mr. Beast challenges and the fitness YouTuber challenges. Oh, doing 1,000, eating 10,000 calories. It's all bored now. Like the people who are climbing the most are simply just the synthesizers who are just there with a camera, sat in their rooms, and just kind of telling you about life. And there's people who are climbing up the ranks of YouTube and making fantastic businesses, because YouTube's become a lot less about like entertainment for the classical sense of like, oh, here's this like this challenge that we're doing, or now it's more about that we're getting entertainment from the fact that we can see someone who's real, that we can kind of invest in their story. You're all here today not because of my edits or anything like that. You're just here because you were able to like invest in the story of Hamza and into the brand. If suddenly I started to have, if I moved out right now and I went to some like fancy recording setup or something, it would lose some kind of vibe. Imagine if I started to wear like a suit for every video. It would lose something that you were able to like relate to. So what I tell people today is like the fastest way to start on YouTube is actually the best way. Grab your phone, record the video, don't even change your clothes or anything, and just show the real you. And like there's this advice I give all the time, but I don't think people value it as much as they should, which is the game of YouTube is just trying to show as close to 100% of the real you as you possibly can.
That's good. That's good. So not even like researching a topic, just sitting down and talking.
Yeah, to begin with, yeah. So, because you've got to imagine that the videos you first start with are kind of like the empty bar in the gym. It's kind of like the 20 kg barbell without any weights. And this isn't how you're going to end up. But you've got to respect the process and think to yourself, yeah, I can lift the empty barbell right now. I'll make some progress with that. And the idea is that 2 years from now or a year from now, you can hit 100 kg bench press. Sweet. But there's too many people thinking about the 100 kg bench press right now and thinking to themselves, yeah, like I'm not going to go to the gym unless, I won't be able to bench 100 kg right now. This is what everyone says with their YouTube videos. Like, oh, but I can't make that video right now. I can't even speak well right now. It's like a fat guy saying, oh, but I can't bench 100 kg right now. It's like, why don't you just bench less than that? So you said YouTube is the marathon you want to go on, but then you want to do these like side runs as well. Well, I mean, on YouTube you can still do a faceless video on that. You don't even need to expose your identity. There's quite a lot of YouTube channels that have got close to like 1 million subs, or even there's probably some which have got above 1 million subs where they don't even know who it is. Like the biggest Minecraft YouTuber was called Dream, and no one actually knew what he looked like up until like a year ago or something. He had like millions of subscribers because it's kind of fun. Like in some ways, it'll hold you back. But if that becomes your brand as like, oh, I'm the faceless guy, in some ways that like it becomes this novelty thing that people actually start to like. And if you plan to never show your face, because if you ever start that channel but then show your face, like a lot of these guys do, which is a huge mistake, then your brand's ruined. So Dream did this, and I saw a video where his brand went downhill after that or something. So you could do that. Like there's a guy in the self-improvement space that wears a mask over, like he wears like almost like a, what's his name now? Ski mask duet or something like that. Like he literally wears like a face mask over every video, and he's just being like goofy and everything. And like he's got like 300k subs. No problem. So
Wow.
I agree with you, yeah, that fame does have extra problems that a lot of people don't speak about. But what I will say is Alex Hormozi tells this story where he's at a friend's house